The public hearings into allegations of criminality, political interference and corruption in the South African police service and the justice system continues at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. Let's now go back to Sakina and Canny, who are there. Sakina?
Well, thanks, Leanne. And just continuing to unpack what we heard yesterday at the Madlanga Commission, Canny. And the question then becomes, as far as Vusumuzi Cat Matlala is concerned, how much the Commission has been able to get out of him, and whether they essentially still need whatever it is that he may or may not say before this Commission, given the hard evidence that they already have.
Well, good morning to you, Sakina, and to the viewers at home once again. In terms of the position he's taken about the privilege against self-incrimination, it obviously leaves a lot of the evidence that would need his input without that valuable contribution, because in terms of evidence such as Mkhunu, where you state that you don't know him, you never met him, it doesn't explain or answer why Brown Mokhotsi was such a critical figure to you that you would answer his text at all times, answer his calls at all times, give him monetary gifts, favors, pay for accommodation for several people at the January 8th statement. Where did you believe that particular benefit was heading to? And if he doesn't answer that question, it leaves a gap there in terms of his intentions when he was interacting with alleged middleman or alleged political fixer, Brown Mokhotsi. But I don't see a scenario where he was just giving Brown Mokhotsi money just to give him money, because we do see a pattern that emerged in Vusumuzi Cat Matlala's interactions across his WhatsApp exchanges, which is that if he was engaging with someone to the extent that he was allegedly giving them money or communicating on a daily basis, it was for an alleged benefit. In this regard, he was safeguarding his SABC contract, and he was expanding the network upon which he allegedly enjoyed with high-ranking generals. So it is that context upon which you must understand his interactions with every single person that he communicates with. It's not enough to say that I didn't know the minister and didn't meet the minister. What were your intentions then? If you were doing all of this for Brown Mokhotsi, it couldn't have just been for someone who you now claim that you hate and has caused a lot of problems for you. There had to have been an intention, and there had to have been something that you believed you were going to gain from those particular interactions. But on the other side, there's also evidence such as Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya's, where we're seeing that in the second interim report, the evidence was so strong that the Commission recommended that he be probed, and if sufficient evidence exists, that he actually be criminally prosecuted in terms of the findings that they made in the second interim report. So at the very least, it shows you that the Commission had enough hard evidence to reach that particular conclusion with respect to Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya, and how we see him in the main discussed before the probe is through his alleged interactions with alleged cartel member Vusumuzi Cat Matlala, and what the Commission must make of that. So if the Commission can make that finding based on the little that they had and Sibiya not returning before the probe, then surely a finding can be made on Cat Matlala without him being forthcoming with the evidence, should he choose not to do so.
Well, we'll continue to hear from Vusumuzi Cat Matlala here at the Madlanga Commission today, day 161. And of course, Canny will be here all day. She'll be joined by Ayanda and the agenda team at 9. And then, of course, Tembe Gilliam Khotota will also come through later. But for now, from Morning Live, it's back to you, Leanne.
All right, Sakina, thanks very much for that.